TAG was created just about a year ago by the Interactive Advertising Bureau, the Association of National Advertisers, and the 4As, the ad agencies, to be an independent organization to fight criminal activity in the digital supply chain. So the key there is we're cross-industry. If you look at our independent board of directors, we've got CMOs from the top 50 brand marketers, CEOs from the biggest ad agencies in the world, and leaders from the digital sell side of the industry. Piracy is a massive economic problem. A recent IAB and EY study that came out just on December 1st pegged the figure at $2.4 billion is lost due to digital piracy. So just from an economic perspective, it's a massive problem. But it goes far beyond that. For brands, if their ads are showing up on pirate sites and if their advertising dollars are going into the pockets of criminals, that creates a brand integrity problem for them. So for TAG, our goal was to create a really robust system where we could stop ad-supported piracy, protecting the brands and stopping the dollars from flowing to criminals. Piracy is a problem that plagues the entire industry. We talked about advertisers not wanting to show up on these sites, agencies don't want to buy inventory. The reality is content owners, the people who spend time and energy to create original content, sometimes it's even advertising content. It's not just music or movies, it's news sites and things like that. They're all being victimized by having these criminal networks, and they really are organized crime like you would expect. Eastern Ukraine, Southeast Asia, North Africa. These are the criminal networks that have figured out it's really easy to steal content. And then for $1.99, I can go create a website from GoDaddy.com. Now I've got a great site. It looks legitimate. It's got quality content. Boy, I can either sell subscriptions to that site, or more likely I'm going to put advertising on that site because it's really easy to put ads on a website. So piracy is kind of it's like the gateway drug for these folks. It's the way that they get into the digital supply chain and begin to victimize all of us. As easy as it is to sort of steal content, because of the technology that we have available, we have to leverage that technology and the platform that's out there for digital advertising. We're the most technologically savvy industry in the world. And so it creates the challenge, but also the opportunity. And what TAG has done with this most recent program is to leverage technology to inspect inventory, right? To identify sites and content before an ad gets served onto that site, before the dollars go to the criminals, right? Criminals, they're not good on make goods. They never pay you back because you say, I didn't want my ad to show up there. So we have to have a proactive system driven by technology solutions to keep ads off of these sites. TAG's launched that program. We brought buyers and sellers together at scale for the first time in this area. There's a crisis in this industry around trust because the dollars, the marketers, the agencies, they're not sure what they're getting anymore when they participate. But they know they have to do business with digital advertisers because that's where their customers are going. And so it gets to be very confusing. TAG is creating programs, creating transparency through the supply chain so they know who they're doing business with, so they know that they're legitimate actors, not criminals, and they're following the ad dollars so that they know that they're going to the right types of publishers and not criminals. That's the real key, is having a simple system. For example, we have a TAG seal, and we do background checks on all of our companies that get registered. And what will happen is, as buyers begin to value this type of inventory, because it's been vetted and they know that these companies, their business partners, are living up to the highest levels and standards to protect their brand against criminal activity, it gets really easy now to identify the good versus the bad actors. So we're making progress. It's only been a year. There's a lot of work to do. 2016 is going to be a year of implementation and testing. And I think we'll see that we've made a demonstrable impact on fraud and piracy and the distribution of malware across the supply chain. CES is really about technology, right? And what is next. And again, for the first time, to have programs that are bringing buyers and sellers together around technological solutions to build greater trust and expand transparency, you're just going to start to hear those initial conversations of, boy, did you hear about this tag program? For the first time now, I can, in a real-time RTB type of programmatic environment, I now can know who I'm doing business with throughout that chain. And that's a game changer for agencies. And it's ultimately going to benefit the publishers too, because they're the legitimate companies that sometimes get tarnished with invalid traffic, or somebody is spoofing their domain and it actually is pirated content that shows up. So this is going to benefit everybody throughout the supply chain. I think that discussion is going to be front and center at CES this year.